Minecraft villagers are broken, giving you a consistent way of getting max armor and tools in a really short time period. The only thing blocking you from getting this is having to mine wood to trade for emeralds and breaking and placing lecterns. You can make this less boring by making a tree farm to get the wood, or use other sources of emeralds like string dupers and trade for fishermen. String duping is a really overpowered way to get emeralds, and the only thing stopping you is the amount of fishermen you have and if they decide to raise their prices. There's really no way to make breaking and placing lecterns better except for getting a good axe, of what you need villagers to do. Recently, Mojang has been trying to fix this with the experimental features in the snapshots. They try to make it better by locking certain enchantment books to different village biomes, and although this is a good idea by incentivizing adventuring, in reality this makes it so getting certain enchantment books without an elytra is incredibly difficult, as villagers are pretty rare, and to get the specific biome you want is pretty hard. Mojang has actually thought of this though and fixed it by making it so cartographers will sell you maps leading to villagers in other biomes. You might be thinking that fixes everything, making it worth it to get a map and then traveling to a village to get the specific enchanted book you want. No, that doesn't fix it. They don't give you maxable books now. Now instead of doing the boring tasks of breaking and placing lecterns, I have to find a desert village to get efficiency 3. Then I'll have to combine 4 of them together just to get one efficiency 5 book. This makes the player need to have a ton more XP to make the tool, and not to mention, if someone doesn't know the best way to combine enchantments, they'll get the too expensive message on the anvil. All they end up doing is biome lock certain enchantments, and making it impossible to get max level of them. This makes villagers just terrible overall. You still need them though to get mending on all your tools in a playthrough. Not to mention, they didn't even completely get rid of breaking and placing lecterns. Here's me trying to get Respiration 3 on the latest snapshot. You might think that this is a positive change because you can get all the other enchantments except for mending from enchantment tables. And mending is a level 1 enchantment, and that's a fair point except for the fact that mending is given by swamp villagers, and there's no swamp village, meaning you will need to transport 2 villagers into a swamp, force them to breed, which most players don't even know how to do, wait for them to grow up and level them to max level just to get a mending book. Swamps are often thousands of blocks away from spawn, meaning you have to travel thousands of blocks, find a random village there, and then transport them to the nearest swamp. Anyone who knows how to use villagers know that villagers are the absolute worst to transport. They actively want to go in the opposite way that you want them to, every single time. Now, I actually might have a solution that fixes this somewhat, while still incentivizing traveling and making villagers not a bad way to get consistently good enchantments. What I would do is make it so you place down the lectern like normal, then you level up the villager to master, and then there will be a trade for a normal book for 64 emeralds, and the trade would not be able to be discounted by curing the villager. It really sounds like a scam, but now you'd be able to put an enchanted book down on the lectern, and the book trade would become that book, allowing you to duplicate enchanted books for 64 emeralds. They would also have to make mending more common, but they already made mending more common in ancient cities in the snapshots. They'd also have to make it so you can't put a max book on the lectern and then duplicate that. Maybe they could make the villager trade on only the top enchantment on the list. What do you think about all of this? This is a perspective from someone who has played way too much Minecraft, and honestly I think that the previous villager method is better than enchanting, as enchantment tables incentivizes making huge mob grinders, and most people get bored by doing it. I get bored enchanting just as much as I do breaking and placing lecterns. But from villagers you can do it once, and you can get other things like pearls and golden carrots from your emerald supply. I don't think my solution is perfect, but I do believe that it's better than the one that Mojang is suggesting right now. If you enjoyed the video or just want to see more documentary type videos, then subscribe because I have more coming.